Hey, sorry, this is like the third, not like, but this is the third video I've made today, but I guess I feel like talking. I'm not sure exactly why, but, yeah, so today is a rainy, dreary day. Here, hold on a second, let me see if this is gonna work. That is the view from my window. It doesn't really do it justice, but yeah, it's not such a nice day out, and I kind of just want to go back to bed. Really, honestly, not quite looking forward to class, especially because I have to give a speech, and my anxiety is already acting up, and my stomach's hurting, and my throat is wonky, because, I don't know, or at least it seems like it's wonky in my voice, so it's like, ugh. And I've been up since like 7:30, and I'm not a morning person, but my body decided to wake me up then, and I was gonna go back to bed, but I figured it'd probably be harder to wake up the second time, so probably not worth it to risk not waking up in time for class. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry for the face. Oh, look, sorry, so yeah, I wanted to talk about something that's actually bothered me for a while, and that is the fact that, honestly, I can't recall when a lot of things started, like, a lot of my issues. Like, with my OCD, I'm pretty sure it started at least when I was 7 or 8, but I'm not even sure if it didn't start before then. My depression, I thought for like ever that it started like my freshman year of high school, but more recently I've been starting to suspect that it started at least as early as 5th grade, based partially on the fact that like I just had apathy when it came to school. Like, I didn't care. I didn't see a purpose in it. And that doesn't mean that if you don't see a purpose in school or in schoolwork that you have depression, but I don't know, just for me, based on everything, it kind of makes sense. And then, like, no, like my eating issues, I'm not sure when those started exactly. Like, at least as recently as my freshman year of high school, and I'm now a junior in college, so that's about 6 years. Holy crap. But even that, I'm not even sure. Yeah, it's just really, like, I can't remember and I can't pinpoint it, and it's just kind of frustrating. And then, like, one other thing that I can't remember when exactly it started, which I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not, but is, like, I have a history of abuse in my family, unfortunately, like, emotional and physical abuse. Yeah, not a good thing. Something I wish that hadn't happened. I wish someone had stepped in and actually helped us, instead of just it going along, happening, and no one doing anything. But I can't remember exactly when it started, honestly. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't remember how young I was. Like, I know, I think when I was, like, 7 or 8, but even that, I'm not even sure. Sorry, I'm getting really anxious right now. Not a good thing. I think I'm gonna have to take an Advil before my speech, prescribed at the prescribed dose, so no one freaking out thinking that I'm taking drugs illegally or anything. It's just my anxiety is really, really not good. Honestly, it's not. And I need to be able to give my speech and not totally fuck it up. Pardon my language. But, yeah. I feel like I'm just rambling on. What did I want to talk about? I don't know. Oh yeah, when I was in, I think like 1st grade, I had to go see the counselor at school. I'm not sure exactly how often or like if it was a regular thing, but I'm just kind of wondering why. Like, what caused that? Like, what led to that? And what was that about exactly? And it's just like, there's so many unanswered questions, so many things I don't understand, so many things, like, about my own history that's just like, either I can't remember, or like maybe I just don't, I know, it has to be I can't remember. Which is really frustrating, because it's like, why can't I remember? Like, why is it kind of like blocked? Maybe not necessarily blocked, but not clear. Not that I necessarily want to focus on that and remember that, but I feel like clues to how I came to be who I am are missing. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I just wish I understood more. And I also really, really wish that, especially like with the abuse, that someone had done something, like, because there were several occasions where I said something to someone, like flat out said that shit was going on, and nothing, as far as I know, at least nothing good came of it. And it's just like, it's really frustrating when you get up the nerve to say something, to ask for help, and then you get kicked in the gut, or like have a door slammed in your face, and nothing comes of it, nothing, or at least nothing good, nothing changes for the better. It's just like, what the? Like, I seriously got up the nerve to say something, and even after all that, you're not going to help me. Like, with my mental health issues, my sophomore year? Yeah, sophomore year of high school, I went to see my counselor, my school counselor, and I kind of like, mentioned the depression, the anxiety, the OCD. I didn't mention the self-injury because I didn't want her to know about that. I didn't want anyone to know about it, because at that point, no one knew about it. I can't remember exactly what else I mentioned, but she didn't do anything, as far as I know, to like help me, until she found out on accident that I had cut myself. And this really annoys me. She didn't get to the bottom of it. She didn't find out, or she didn't try to figure out when I had started, how often I'd been doing it, like what purpose it served me, or any of that. She just went and called my mom on the phone while my mom was at work, and told my mom over the phone that I had been cutting myself. And it's just like, what the hell? Left me to deal with the aftermath. And somehow or another, like, for some reason I remember this, like, I managed to not cut for like 12 hours after that, and then I just like broke down. I was just like, screw it, I need it, unfortunately. But it's just like, why couldn't she have helped me before? Like, did she not deem my issues serious enough? Because I believe at least, I want to say a month, or at least a few weeks, had elapsed since I went in there to ask her for help, and she found out on accident that I'd been cutting. And the thing is, too, like, she assumed that I had just started, and that was like 5 or 6 months in. It's just like, so I just feel like she totally made the situation worse. But yeah, just like, I don't know, I wish that I could go back to my younger self and give myself the courage and the strength to say something about the abuse, to say something about the mental health issues. But it's like, even when I did say something, it didn't help. So it's really frustrating, and I feel kind of bad for saying this, but I kind of resent my mom, well, both my parents, for pretty much, I don't know, kind of like, I think they knew that I had OCD, because they did, like, in the beginning, they did take me to a psychiatrist or therapist once, I believe, but all I can remember is hiding behind a couch or a seat or something, like afraid to say anything to the person. And apparently the person wanted to lock me up in a mental hospital, and so I didn't go back to that person. My mom asked me if I wanted to go to a mental hospital, and being about 7 or 8, I didn't really understand what it meant, so I said yeah. I didn't actually at that point, but it just, like, kind of makes me feel like, I don't know, maybe she doesn't love me that much, or she's like, I don't know, she doesn't understand me, kind of. And, like, I don't know, I feel like after that, it was pretty much brushed under the table. I mean, sorry, brushed under the table. Brushed under the rug, hidden away, like, it was just supposed to be like, it didn't happen, it didn't exist. And I kind of feel like my mom kind of blames me for some of the thoughts that I had, especially because towards the beginning, I had a compulsion where I had to tell myself, like, if I was up in bed and I was supposed to be sleeping and she came upstairs, I would have to tell her that I was still awake. Or if I, like, thought something bad, then I'd tell her or tell someone. Partially, I think it was partially also that it scared me and I wanted someone to support me and nurture me and help me with it and help me understand it. But I feel like no one really helped me to understand what was going on with me, what was going on in my mind, and to help me understand that it wasn't my fault, it wasn't something I could control, and that it was my brain glitching. It was nothing, like, it wasn't a character flaw, it wasn't that I was bad, it wasn't that I was evil, it wasn't anything that I did, but rather something that went haywire in my brain and brain chemistry, because I, for the longest time, didn't understand that, and I think that's part of what led to feelings of depression and anxiety, because I felt like there was something inherently wrong with me. And I think also part of that too was a feeling like there's something inherently wrong with me, was that most of the abuse was directed more so towards me, so it's kind of just like, what the hell is wrong with me that he felt the need to do that? Especially because, like, I'm talking about my quote-unquote father, and I only use that term really loosely and for lack of a better term. But he pretty much, no, he didn't pretty much, he did admit, at least at one point, if not on multiple occasions, to trying to break my spirit, to break me. Like, I didn't know if he just thought that I was, like, too strong-willed and didn't like that, but, like, you're not supposed to do that to your children. You're supposed to build them up and help them out, and help them make something of their lives and something of themselves. I don't know, I just feel like in my life I've been let down by a lot of people, and it's just, it makes trusting people, it makes having hope that things can actually get better a lot harder, honestly. Like, yeah, I just wish that someone had been there for me, someone had been there to support me, to help me understand, and just not make me feel like such a freak, and so, like, there's something really wrong with me. But that didn't happen, unfortunately. Yeah. Sorry this is such a, like, downer in terms of videos, but I kind of just needed to vent. Yeah. That's the stream of consciousness video. Alright. Take care. Stay strong, everyone.